Hi there, it's Non here, reporting to you directly here from China. I have a lot of memory here in Shanghai because about 10 years ago I spent lots of time doing research in this city. I was at the time a doctoral student in the US and I was wanting to getting my hands on the better qualitative understanding of this city, which I read about for many years. In fact, when I grew up as a child, there was a TV series called Shanghai Tan or Shanghai Bun in English. It's about these two men who moved from other cities to find lucrative opportunities in Shanghai back in the early 20th century. Back at the time, Shanghai was one of the largest cities on earth. In fact, it was huge and it was divided into parts that was governed by different countries. They call it the concessions. So there's international concessions, the French concessions, and the story was about how these two guys coming from other parts of China, looking at this Shanghai city as a place for them to actually build up their life, despite the fact that they were not even educated, not even from the higher class. And towards the end of the TV series, they became the grandmaster, the grandfather of Shanghai. And of course, this kind of series didn't end with happy ending, so they all dead towards the end. But anyway, because of that, I've been wanting to come to Shanghai, which was the reason why when I was choosing my topic for my PhD research, I chose to come to Shanghai to study. And at the beginning, I didn't think it would last very long because I didn't know Chinese. I didn't speak a word of Shanghainese, it's local dialect. So I thought it's going to be really difficult for me to understand what's going on around me, let alone doing research. But years passed, I was able to embrace the notion of Shanghai. I was able to get to know people and eventually I became a part of the cities and lived here for almost 4 years back in the mid 2000s, 10s. Sorry, I mean I mix up timeline a little bit because so much memory here. But then the first time I was in Shanghai was actually in 2006. I was here for a workshop with a local university, Tongji University, down the road from this Zhongshan road, which is the main road that runs through the Bund, which is the main streets that run parallel to the Huangpu River, which is the main waterway to cut through the city of Shanghai. And back then, it was not like this. Well, that building was there. That's called Dongfang Minju, or the TV tower, or the Oriental Pearl of Shanghai. The buildings over there, you can see. I guess there was only like 5 of them. Now there are like 20s. The one in the middle, Shanghai Center, the tallest building in China at the moment, wasn't even there when I was here first time almost 20 years ago. And I think it's building up really fast. And as we know, building these kinds of buildings are the aims of developers because cities are engines for growth. When you do businesses in cities, say finance, say economic sectors, you tend to rack up more cash and rack up more economic gain than if you were to do manual or intensive labor task. So that's the reason why lots of people are interested in building cities because they are much more a driver of economic growth compared to other forms of building of infrastructure. So I have to say that I'm impressed. I haven't been back here for 4 years because of the pandemic. Last time I was here was about the beginning of 2019, and during the pandemic time, I heard that Shanghai was going up and down. There was a time where there's no pandemic, there's no casualties, there's no infection cases at all, and there was a time when everybody got locked down for 3 months. And that was interesting because the cities are resilient. It was able to move from being very, very bad in terms of how it's trying to solve the cases to being very good in terms of how peaceful it has become when the mechanisms that is based on the digital economy and digital technology works really well. And because of that, I think it's the reason why people love Shanghai. They want still coming back here, and after the pandemic is over, people are flocking back to Shanghai and economics are getting back into its original condition, even though it's not as good as it was before the pandemic. Of course, it takes time for these kind of things to recover, but I feel that people are actually spending, people are actually enjoying life. All the restaurants are fully booked during lunchtime and dinner time, and of course people are much more interested in having the time of their life in the city where everything never sleeps, everything's taking place, anything, anywhere, all at once, and that you can always find anything you want here: convenience, comfortability, economy, and of course the kinds of lifestyle that you deem appropriate for yourself. You can always find it here. I really enjoyed here so far. This short video should tell you a little bit about what I've been thinking about coming back here. It's a city of growth. It's a city of spectacular diversity. It is cities of amusement in terms of how it was able to give so many people a variety of experiences, and it's also cities of imagination, because you can be anyone, but if as soon as you come to Shanghai, you can rebuild your life, you can rebuild yourself. It is the essential corporealness of the China dream, I think. So I hope this video will give you some sense of what I've been doing so far here in China for the past couple weeks. I've been doing research, I've been attending conferences, and one of the things I've been doing is to revisiting my own memory, my past, my previous memories about how I lived here before. And I have to say that walking around the city for the past 2 days, things are coming back to me. It's flooding back to me as if it was yesterday, even though it was 20 years ago. Anyway, I really like this, and I hope you enjoy this as well. Next time, join me for more walking tour, walking experiences of other cities as well. Cheers, peace.